back to business. Every year, the outgoing mayor gives a State of the County address as required by our county charter. Following that, we will select a new mayor, we will select a new vice mayor, and then we'll conduct some short business for the day. And when we select a new mayor, each mayor generally has a theme. Last year, Mayor Furr had Broward Teams Up. Mayor Keir, who is now our property appraiser, had Good News Broward. Mayor Sharif had Broward Means Business, and Mayor Ryan, Build a Better Broward. My theme was Broward, getting things done. And after looking at the past 12 months, we were able to get so many things both started and completed. However, today, I can only touch on a few. In writing this State of the County address, I was provided with all of the accomplishments of the county departments. It's absolutely incredible, some of the programs that have been started, the awards and accomplishments this county has received. Since it would take me hours to highlight all of the great accomplishments, I'm just going to be speaking about a few of those proud accomplishments. Let's first start with what I call the economic numbers. Our unemployment rate is an all-time low at 2.8%. We passed a $5.8 billion budget without raising taxes, and we are one of the few counties in the United States that has a AAA bond rating with all three credit agencies, something to be very proud of. Now let's talk about our two economic engines that really do a great service to this county. First is our airport. This year we added 14 new destinations. Our airport continues to grow. We completed our north runway rehabilitation as it reopened October 1st. The Wall Street Journal just recently rated Fort Lauderdale in the top 3 airports in the country. Isn't that great? And Spirit Airlines, which is one of Broward's larger employers, agreed to build their new corporate headquarters in Broward, employing thousands of people here. One of the more interesting facts that's not on the screen has to do with something that I found really interesting. If you take LaGuardia's Airport in New York and combine that with the San Diego Airport, Salt Lake City Airport, Washington, D.C. Airport, Detroit Airport, and Chicago Midway Airport, combine all those airports together, Fort Lauderdale has more international passenger traffic than all of those airports combined. It's amazing. And all these great things that are happening at our airport are under the direction and leadership of our airport director, Mark Gale, who's sitting over there all the time. Thank you, Mark. Our second economic engine is our Port Everglades. In the past year, it's generated $34 billion in economic activity. We're the #1 port in container cargo in Florida. We spent $1.6 billion right now in capital improvements, $1.97 billion in economic activity generated from our cruise business, with 3.8 million revenue passengers. No one's leaving until they have that memorized. And I want to thank Glenn Wilshire for everything he does at the port. With that said, I'd like to now focus on some of the accomplishments from this county has been able to get things done. First of all, I want to talk about the homeless. On November 29th, I was 2 days after being elected mayor. Mayor Furr was just leaving. I was just coming in, and I would like to bring this up again because there was an unprecedented collaboration between city government, county government, nonprofits, the business community. 44 entities worked together to help those homeless people living across the street in the encampment. We helped them get housing. We're helping them to get the needs that they need. And it was such a great collaboration, showing how government can work together with the community to get things done. I want to also thank Kim Campbell and Mandy Wells for the great work they did and continue to do. Also, I'd like to also point out that we also improved care at one of our homeless shelters in Northwest Pompano by hiring the Broward Partnership for the Homeless to manage that facility. And Dodie Keith, thank you for all the contributions you made. During the past year, we as a commission heard about workers at our airport and seaport that could not make enough money to support a family. They had to get 2 to 3 jobs. And I'm proud that our commission increased the living wage ordinance to $13.27 per hour, and we also increased the health care benefit portion to $3.44 per hour, trying to help the workers at our airport and seaport. We've also been told by many people that Broward County is one of the least affordable places, or better said, we do not have enough affordable housing. This year, during the past year, I'm proud that our commission approved an additional $22 million for our affordable housing budget with the help and urging of Commissioner Nan Rich. Thank you, Nan. After a shooting at the airport a couple years ago, and everybody knows what happened at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, safety and security is a #1 concern and priority with this commission. And during the past 12 months, this commission undertook several safety issues on behalf of the public. First, after much debate, our commission moved forward to build a new emergency radio communication towers across Broward County, part of an $80 million project to complete a 15-tower system that will strengthen radio communications for first responders. 12 sites are completed, 3 are currently in various stages of completion. We're getting it done. Second, we launched a text to 911 system. This is for residents and visitors who cannot place a call on a regular phone to 911 in an emergency, can now text 911 for help. And third, the migration of approximately 4,000 local government agency and public school radio users from the public safety radio system to a new local government radio system was completed in July. This is very important to ensure that public safety first responders have a dedicated public safety radio system. And as we talk about public safety, I want to thank the hundreds of people in Broward County employees who work 24 hours a day to keep our residents informed and safe during Hurricane Dorian. What a great job those at the Broward Emergency Operations Center did as we watched, warned, and waited as a devastating hurricane approached. Thanks to Tracy Jackson, our Director of Emergency Management, thanks to our 311 Emergency Call Center who worked around the clock taking thousands of calls to assist people. Also, thanks needs to go out to our Sheriff's Department, first responders, school officials, and every county agency working together for our residents. Lastly, a big thanks to Kimberly Moreau and Margaret Stapleman for all the help they provided as well. Next, let's talk about transportation. And under our leadership of Chris Walton, our transportation division has had many improvements in the past 12 months. First, to support those with disabilities, our commission extended the Paratransit Riders' Choice Pilot Program. Second, we're adding and continue to add electric buses to our fleet. And third, we increased service by 10% with addition of new routes, more frequent service, and expanded hours. I'm still waiting for an express bus from my home to this place. Still wanting to get it. Now that our penny surtax has passed, which is supposed to raise over $300 million a year for this county and for the residents, our county has started taking action for the benefit of Broward County residents. First, the Oversight Board has already approved $146 million for projects and expenditures. Second, we're currently prioritizing 500 municipal requested projects. And third, as of last month, existing community shuttles in 18 cities have become eligible for full funding. Environmental planning. When it comes to environmental protection and planning, there's no one better than Dr. Jennifer Hirado. For the past several years, climate change has been a major topic. One of the solutions involved in environmental planning has been our C51 reservoir. This year, we increased municipal participation with our C51 reservoir project. And I'm proud that during one of our mayor's council meetings, many of the mayors were unaware of the C51 and what was required to get into it, and thanks Dr. Hirado for attending that meeting and helping cities realize the importance of the C51 reservoir. Also, with respect to our Alpha 250, an MOU was signed by municipalities with the leadership of Commissioner Furr. We are now closer than ever to create a solid waste and recycling disposal district. Next, our Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention Center and Hotel. We not only broke ground, but as you can see, we broke some walls. And I'm actually in the middle of that screen trying to break a wall. I'm a little out of shape, but this is something that we've been talking about. You like that? Chip Lamarca was doing better. I give him credit. But this county's been talking about a convention center, hotel, and expansion for a long time, and we are, under this great leadership, we are moving forward. Now, our library division, I really didn't know a real lot about this division, to be honest with you, until I started reading, and it's incredible. There are so many programs that has been developed by our library department. It involves teens, it involves veterans. We have a digital memory lab. We have programs to help vision impaired individuals. And on the screen here, you'll see we have a joint partnership with the airport, our library division and the airport. If you go between Terminal 3 and 4, you can, for free, download music and movies in an area just designed for our travelers at the public, thanks to our library division in conjunction with the airport. Also, our library division is offering now downloading of free ebooks. And that's not to mention that our library director, Kelvin Watson, received the 2019 Florida Librarian of the Year Award. And the library division is doing unbelievable. How's that? Our parks, can you believe that more than 12 million people visit Broward County parks every year? It's an incredible number. And like our library, our parks division received many local and national accolades. I want to just thank the great leadership of Dan West of our parks division. Thank you, Dan. Our OES, thank you, Dan. Our OESBD, which stands for the Office of Economic and Small Business Development. Again, the involvement of that office with the community and businesses has been incredible. We received, I want to point out one thing, that department received the President's E Award for outstanding contributions to U.S. export. And an organization, I'll call it an organization that was started years ago by Vice Mayor Holness, he calls it FITSE, has brought representatives from 60 countries to meet Broward County businesses. The event attracted this year over 1,800 attendees, and it's incredible the amount of work that's been done by our Office of Economic and Small Business Development, and again, under the leadership and thankfulness to Sandy McDonald. Sandy does a great job. You like this, Bertha? Thank you. It's the first time she ever likes me speaking. Normally she just does not want me to say a word. Next one, Susan. Where's the next slide? The next slide, if we're going to put, there we go. Now let me tell you why I have a slide of Bertha, Henry, Drew Myers, and Bob Melton. We have 6,000 employees. Many people don't realize how many employees we have, and many of these people are so necessary to keep this county running. However, without the leadership of Bertha Henry, Drew Myers, and Bob Melton, this county would not be where it is today. I'm so impressed as mayor, working so closely with all of them, with their abilities, and they really deserve so much credit. Thank you. You're awake, right, Bob? Thank you. Thank you for letting me tease you and joke with you during the year. You're a good sport. Some other people I'd like to recognize that I haven't mentioned real quickly that I've worked with during the past 12 months as mayor, and has been very helpful. Monica Sapero, our deputy county administrator. Thank you, Monica. As we all sit here, and you see all us sitting here, there's somebody that sits behind our county attorney, Renee Herod, our deputy county attorney. It's been very helpful. Thank you, Renee. Our chief financial officer I've worked with, George Tablock. Thank you, George. In human resources, David Kahn. Henry Sneezak, thank you, Henry, for working with me on the animal shelter. I appreciate all the work you do. Lenny Velpondo, it's been great in everything he does. Alan Cohn, thank you. Gretchen Cassini, Marty Cassini, thank you both. Again, Kimberly Monroe has been there with me, and Margaret Stapleton. Andrew Sebo in traffic engineering has been very helpful with us. Katrina Jackson, and let's not forget the staff that works with us every day on the 4th floor, Daphne Sewell, Arlene Jardine, and Viola Linder. Thank you all for your help. Lastly, during the last 12 months, there have been a variety of things that I was personally involved with that I really just want to touch on. We named the West Wing of the courthouse after a friend of mine, former state senator, Coral Springs mayor, a lawyer that I worked with personally, Skip Campbell. The second, in an attempt to bring transparency and accountability on different projects, I institute what we call the parking garage that's attached to our agenda to try to keep track of where things are. I will continue to put that on our agenda. I suggested that we have something called an idea award. We have 6,000 employees, and I wanted to see how we can incentivize 6,000 employees to come up with ideas that can help our county be more efficient, come up with ideas to help our county do things maybe better. And last couple weeks, we gave out awards to those employees who did come up with ideas, and thank you for helping institute that. I also want to thank the Commission for supporting the College Gap program. I learned from Broward County that we have over 1,000 graduating high school students in this county, and they get grants. They get grants to go to college, but because it's not 100% grants, they don't go. If they're short $300, $400, they still can't go, can't afford it. So this commission got together, and we're going to fill the gaps to help 1,000 or more students go to college every year. Also, when I ran, I think when most of the commissioners ran for office, we were asked a question by the Sun Sentinel. The Sun Sentinel said, you know, with all the conflict between the cities and the county, what are you going to do to try to alleviate and make things better? So my idea this year was to come up with a mayor's council where we every quarter invite all the mayors to come and meet and talk issues and work on things. I think that really helped improve relations, and I feel we have a good relationship now with the cities, at least most of the cities. We won't talk about that one city, but anyway, I think it helped, and I hope it continues. And last, I want to say that I am the only mayor in the history of Broward County to give a 6-foot sub to Commissioner Ryan, because this man eats us out of house and home, and it's pretty sad.
Very uncomfortable.
So, as I sit here with the title of mayor, you know, in fact, people really should know that we are really 9 mayors. Broward County's government system allows any one of us, like Vice Mayor Holness started FITSE, or any one of us can start anything. And if we need permission, if we need approval, all we need is 4 other commissioners to come and approve it. So we really all have the authority to move forward in helping the community. I have been fortunate to work with a great team of commissioners. And even though there were a few times where maybe we got a little testy or vocal, I know that all of us sitting here today have the best intentions to make our community better. And while there are many demands that come along with this job, which there are, I want to thank my staff. Susan, where's Susan? Susan sitting right there. And Ron Lickman, thank you so much for all your help. I thank my wife who's sitting here, and my son Kathleen, and Michael. Thank my wife for putting up with me and being so patient. And I've been honored. Thank you. I've been honored to be your mayor, and want to thank all of my commissioners for giving me the opportunity to represent this county. Thank you very much.